Excuse me, Kylie. For an unemployed woman, where have you run off to? You come back here right now. I am very hungry right now. I'm not unemployed, Mary. I have a job that I am working at full-time 5 days a week. Even more than 5 days a week sometimes. And since it's a weekday today, I am in the office right now getting some very important work done. Huh? Oh, that's just your part-time job then. A part-time job is not considered working in this world. I'll have you know that the only people who should be working part-time jobs even are high schoolers. I'm pretty sure that's just your view on part-time jobs then. And I know plenty of people who work part-time jobs where they make just as much, if not more, than a full-time worker. And if that's really the case, then they should just be considered full-time workers for whatever business those are from the start. Now shut your mouth and come home. There is nothing made up for lunch today. What? I told you before leaving the house to order a pizza or something when you got hungry, right? Huh? Are you telling me you plan to have me eat pizza for lunch today? Pizza's nothing more than a snack. What kind of household were you raised in that taught you pizza was a proper meal? If anything, pizza can be a pretty expensive kind of meal. Tell me what kind of household you were raised in that told you otherwise. I was raised in a very wealthy family and was never ever expected to eat things like pizza for a lunchtime meal. Is that so? You should have been eating pizza because of the fact that you were wealthy. Anyhow, you come back here right now. If you don't, I'm not going to go easy on you. I cannot come back to the house right now. Please understand that for me. I have to stay at work. Ugh, I see. Then I guess I'm not going to be worried about you if anything goes a little bit sideways. What? Hold on a second now. What was that? If you're trying to threaten me with doing anything inside the house that would cause trouble for me, I'd highly advise that you rethink things. It's because of me that you're not on the streets right now having to worry about food at all. That goes for both you and your son. Huh? I was wondering what you were going to say next to me, and it turned out to be a whole bunch of gibberish. If you're not back in the house in 10 minutes, you're going to be punished. And start. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey! There's no way I can be back to the house within 10 minutes. And why are you counting all the way to 10 like that? Just come on, order a pizza or something, unless you need me to do it for you. There's no point in ordering me a pizza for lunch. Ugh, whatever. You just keep messing around with me, so I have no choice. You are not allowed to come back to this house today. What? Actually, not just today. From now on, you are no longer allowed to come back to this house. Well, wasn't it fun? You were able to enjoy your life in this high-rise apartment for a little while because of Nolan. Living here for 2 years was probably something you never thought you'd get to experience, right? Well, too bad it was such a short time. Mary? Telling me to stay away from my own home like that is not a good thing for you, all right? No, it's not a good thing for you, right? Nolan and I will no longer have to take care of a parasite anymore, and we won't have to eat your disgusting cooking any longer. Every part of this has benefits for us. I should have told you to stay away months ago. But I'm telling you right now that Nolan will not be happy with what you're saying to me. Nolan won't be? He's with me right now, and he's telling me that he's not against any of my choice. If anything, he totally agrees with me. What? What is going on here? Right now, we're both starting to throw all of your things out of this apartment. We're not going to be needing it anymore, right? What? Hold on a sec. At least leave my things where they are so that I can come and get them. I'm totally fine with leaving that place for good if that's what you both want, but leave all of my things in my room alone. If you start throwing all of my things out, then you're going to regret things even more than you already will. We're not going to regret a thing. Having your things in this place for any longer than it already has been here for is a pain in the both of our butts. We're going to have everything of yours thrown out by the end of today, so I hope you have enough money to afford new things. You're being a real jerk right now. Why are you doing all of this to me? Well, the reason for that is because you're a parasite, a leech. That's all. You are only allowed to live in a place like this because of my son, yet I see no appreciation from you for it. And that's why all of your things are being thrown out. Goodbye forever, Kylie. Ugh, all right already. When I'm finished with work, I'll stop by and salvage whatever is left of mine. You're frickin' dead, woman. Screw you. Nolan, what the actual hell is going on here? From what I've heard, it sounds like you've gone and thrown my things away and are kicking me out of my own apartment?
This is what my mom decided. I had no other choice but to follow her lead.
No, I don't think a fully grown man like you needs to be following that idiot's lead. I think you should have stepped in and told her to knock that crap off before I kick her out. Yet instead she told me that you totally agreed with what she was saying.
Well, this is a good chance for me, right? For as long as I can remember, you have always looked down on me. And I don't blame my mom for getting upset with you all the time.
What? I've been looking down on you? I never meant to look down on you if that's how things have been coming off. Do you really think I'd be working my butt off all the time and paying all the bills for someone I look down upon? Of course not.
That right there is you looking down on me. Right now you have been supporting me and my mom, right?
I have been, but what's wrong with me supporting both you and your mother? You both don't have a job or anything, so if I'm not the one working all the time and paying for everything, then who's going to step in and do that for me? I suppose that would mean I'm supporting you, but I'm not sure how that means I'm looking down on you in any way.
Shut up. Anyhow, I am fed up with you always looking down on me like that, and I will have to put a stop to it. Also, the only reason I'm unemployed right now is because the company I work for had major layoffs, so it's not my fault I'm in this position. Stop trying to make it sound like I chose to be jobless.
Then what has been happening with you since that layoff? Because it's been 2 years now and you still have done nothing to get a job.
Shut the hell up. I'm building back up my confidence right now. Also, I no longer need you to take care of me. Neither of us do.
What? Why is that?
Because I finally found myself a new job. It's a job that my mom helped to introduce me to, and the paycheck there is really good as well.
Oh. Well, I'm glad to see you found a new job. But are you sure it's okay to go with a job your mother introduced you to?
Huh? My family is very well off, and we have all kinds of high-up connections out there. You don't have to ask me if I'm okay with anything, because I have full confidence in whatever my mom has set up with me.
But wasn't it just your father who was well off? He's no longer around, so saying you still have all those connections...
You are always trying to nitpick everything I say.
That's because everything you say has so many unknowns to it, and I have to be sure you're not getting yourself into some BS. By the way, how could your mother have found you a place to work when you've never even told her you've been unemployed?
I explained to her that I wanted to change jobs. There is nothing wrong with me carrying on the lie like that to have her find me a job.
I see. Well, it's still kind of pathetic that you've been lying to her this whole time in the first place. And now you needed your mother to help you find a job as well? Well, who cares? This is all to my benefit, so no matter what happens to you both after today, I'm not going to be around to care about it.
We don't even need you anymore. Ah, that's right. Make sure to have the name on this apartment switched to me. Get all of that paperwork printed out for me and bring it back here tomorrow. Understood?
I was planning on doing something like that. However, the way you keep on bossing me around like that is really starting to upset me a little, so watch yourself, Nolan.
Ah, and one other thing. You and I are getting divorced. I'm sure you already guessed that though, right? My mom was actually able to find divorce papers in your room that have all been filled out and signed. I guess that means you'd been thinking about divorcing me this whole time, huh? Well, lucky for you, I've been thinking about a divorce for even longer.
Why are you prideful of that? Excuse me, Kylie, how much are you making every year? What? Why are you talking to me again? And why are you asking about my salary? Just shut up and answer me. How much do you make every year? What? Well, I'm making around $300,000 a year. But of course, that depends on how that year went. $300,000? Oh no. I know what this is about. You want to discuss the rent of that apartment. I was kind of wondering how the two of you would be able to afford a place like that where the rent is $8,000 a month. Kylie, why did you never tell anyone about that kind of money you've been making all this time? I was never trying to hide it from anyone. Mary, you don't even believe that I was working a full-time job outside the house when I was living with you, so why would I ever talk about my income? Honestly, I was getting pretty tired of how you'd always say I'm lying, and so I just played along with your fantasies. What the hell? Had you just explained the kind of job you had, I would have believed you. But the thing is, you weren't believing what I was telling you. You would always shoot anything I brought up down and then explain to me that I was lying to you about it, and then label my career as being a part-timer. Actually, why are you believing what I'm saying to you now of all times? I was on the phone talking with the landlord of this place, and they told me some things about you. They even ended up coming over to our apartment later in the day and showed me your business card. You're a CEO? Hey, the only reason I'm a CEO now is because of some really good luck. I was just doing the job I liked and somehow became a CEO after some time. Why are you acting so unfazed? Did Nolan know anything about that? Of course he did. He knew that I had become the CEO of my company and that I was paying for everything from the rent to the food for everyone in that home. Huh? Oh, did you just say everything? What do you mean? Right now, Nolan is working as well, right? Oh, so that means he was paying off some of the bills too, right? Oh, is that what he told you? Well, I guess I'll have to explain all of that to you as well. Mary, your son is unemployed right now. What? No way in hell he is. Oh, stop trying to lie about someone else's life, all right? He told me just a little while back that the company he works for has always been on him about everything, and the workplace harassment is driving him nuts. That's why he said he was starting to look for another job. He had been trying so hard for so long to find a new job and even asked me to help him. Think about it, please. All that time you'd been living with us in that new apartment, he was always in the house, right? Now that you say it, I guess he has been at home all the time. Not you guess. He has been in that house all the dang time. He wasn't even trying to hide the fact that he was unemployed from you that whole time, and yet you still fell for his lies when he said he had to go to work and wanted to change jobs. He's always been in that house for the past 2 years doing nothing. But you are such an idiot that you were never able to catch on. I'm an idiot myself, so don't think I'm trying to tear you down or anything with that. We'd all been idiots. The only idiot here is you. My son and I both come from a very wealthy and upper-class family. Why out of the three of us would the idiot be the one supporting the two others unemployed people who say they're wealthy? So then, this means he hasn't been trying to change jobs? That's right. He just lied about that in order to get you to find him a job. Hey, Kylie, do you think you could come back to us? Excuse me? Even though you were the one that kicked me out before? I never knew that the rent for this place was so high. And honestly, I had no idea that my own son didn't have the ability to pay for any of this either. I'll let you live in this place with us again, as long as you come back here. You'll let me live with you both again? How highly do you think of yourself? No matter what you try and say, I am not going back there. I'm overseas now, after all. What? Overseas? That's right. I was finally thrown out of my apartment for some odd reason and had the money to do whatever I wanted. So I went ahead and took some time off work to take a long and well-deserved trip to Europe. I'll make sure to pick you up a souvenir to bring back to the States. Hold on though. You both cut ties to me, so that's not going to work. I'll send you a picture of the souvenir I buy for you then later on. You're in Europe? When are you going to be coming back to the US? I'm not sure yet. I told my COO that I'd be out of the office for a few months enjoying myself, and since there's nothing wrong with my company at the moment, they told me I could spend as much time away as I needed to. I'm also still able to use my phone and everything here, so if there is a meeting I need to be in, I can do it remotely. So I'm very sorry to have to tell you this, but there is no hope in asking me for any help. I'm totally fine with you just transferring me some money into my bank account, so please start paying for our rent. Are you freaking insane? I'm out in a whole new world with a whole new set of cultures looking forward to using my money on the things that I want. You actually expect me to start paying two supposed wealthy people for their rent when they have nothing to do with me? And I understand that I am a CEO of a big company and everything, but $8,000 is still $8,000, right? That's a lot of money. Come on! Oh, that is such a far-fetched argument. No, I think it's a very fair argument to be made. So, are we done here now? I would really like to get back to the beach and take in more sun. You hold on for one more second. I won't. Goodbye now.
Hey, answer me right now, Kylie.
Huh? God damn it. I didn't think I'd ever be hearing from you again. Especially when I'm out soaking up some sun here in Spain.
Well, you get up from the sand and listen to me. I have been seeing all kinds of pictures you've been posting on your trip on Instagram.
Ah, man, I totally forgot to block you.
I don't care that I'm seeing you posting crap or anything like that. I want to know why you said all that to my mom. You told her about how I'm unemployed right now.
Oh, that's what you want to talk about? I told her because you and I are divorced now and you said you were cutting ties to me, so what was the point of keeping all of that a secret from her any longer?
Are you freaking kidding me? You've just gone and ruined all my pride now.
And what about my pride, Nolan? I was supporting you and your mother for 2 years, and yet out of nowhere the both of you treated me like a pest and kicked me out while throwing all my things away.
I don't care about your pride. Now give me some money. Right now, we are really in need of some cash.
Jeez, you are such a selfish little prick, Nolan. Whatever happened to the job your mom had introduced you to before?
About that.
Was that job a little less secure than you were thinking? Because I kind of figured the job wasn't going to be anything like an office job. No matter what way I thought about it, your mother is not some upper-class woman with all kinds of high-up connections.
Hey, we are seriously in some very hot water right now. I'm going to be honest with you. We need your help.
What? What kind of hot water are the two of you in?
The work that my mom ended up introducing me to was a group that worked as scammers.
Really?
My mom never noticed there was something wrong with the group. Maybe she did know there was something wrong with them, but just played it off like there was nothing. The moment I realized they were all bad news there, I left immediately.
What did you even end up having to do there?
I was having to call people using a fake number. One that also had no caller ID or anything attached to it. But I knew that it was all wrong, and so a lot of the people in the office went on break. I ran. And as I was on my way out, I noticed on the boss's desk that he left his drawer open, and there was an envelope of cash in there.
I see. Wait, don't tell me.
I grabbed the envelope and ran with it. But I regret doing that now. They were all scammers committing crimes every day to make money. I thought by taking some of their money from them, it would mean nothing and I'd be doing the world a service. That's all I thought at the time.
I can't believe you went and stole money from a group of scammers like that. Actually, I kind of expect something like that from you. So how much was in the envelope?
$8,000. I made sure to use it all for this month's rent. But I was shocked. I thought that after paying the rent, I'd still have around $7,000 left to use for myself, but it was all taken away by the landlord.
Huh? So even you had no clue that I was paying $8,000 a month for that apartment?
Of course I didn't know. You were the one paying the rent, right? I can't believe you of all people were paying that much rent for each month, just for rent. Amazing.
So you'd been living off your wife that whole time while she paid all the bills and yet never knew how much she had to pay? What a frickin' leech, Nolan.
Anyway, right now my mom and I really need some money. You have to understand just how depressing it is to watch $8,000 all vanish into this place rent, right?
Honestly, I don't understand that kind of feeling at all.
Luckily, that group has still not been able to find me. I'm sure they all think that a guy like me could not be living in a high-rise apartment right now. But the only issue is I can't stay here forever. There's no way I can afford to pay $8,000 a month. That's why, while I still have time, I need to start gathering funds in order to get myself out of here.
Well, I'm sorry to have to say this, but I'm in Spain right now. But thank you for telling me your thrilling story you had there, as I was pretty into it. Goodbye now.
What? Don't be thanking me. Do you have any idea what's going on here right now? I'm not going to ask you to come back here or anything. But I just need you to lend me a little bit of your money is all.
Sorry. To be straight up, I'm not getting myself involved with either of you two again. I like to think that what's happening to you both right now is well deserved, so I'm not going to try and help you run away from your punishment.
Kylie, please. Kylie, please. Respond to me, please.
Kylie! Oh, this is all your fault. You went and abandoned us, and now my Nolan has... Yeah, I was pretty surprised myself that Nolan wasn't able to get away with stealing $8,000 from a group like them. But when you say that I abandoned you, I think you must be mistaken. Wasn't it you both who abandoned me? Stop it with those stupid arguments. This is all your fault. Also, as of right now, I've been kicked out of that apartment and no longer have anywhere to live. It's all because of you that this will be the end of me. Both Nolan and I knew what was going on here. You were planning on this happening to us the whole time. What? Are you freaking high or something now? You planned for all of this to happen, everything. You even had divorce papers for you and Nolan all filled out, even before we went and kicked you out of the apartment. Those papers were just in my room because I was really wanting to divorce him is all. I mean, I had to sit there and support both him and his stupid mother the whole time, all while he did nothing to get himself a new job and acted like he knew better than me. And then his stupid mother started to mess with me and act like I didn't even have a job that I was going to, all while her son just sat around being even more useless than my coat rack. That's kind of why I had that divorce paperwork all filled out in my room. Actually, I was planning on leaving you guys with some money had I been the one to initiate the divorce. What? You were going to leave us some money? Yeah, I would have felt bad leaving two mentally disabled people all alone with nobody to support them anymore. So the plan was to leave you guys enough money to support yourselves a little. But before I got around to all of that, you chose to kick me out of my own apartment. The money was in that drawer, actually, where you found the papers. But you probably threw that out with the rest of my things, thinking it was nothing more than a useless envelope. What? No way. You're telling me that the money was in with all the other things I tossed out? But once I found out you both really did throw all my things away, my eyes were opened. Why did I think it was a good idea to leave money for two full-grown dipshits? That's what I started to question myself about. You both don't even deserve a cent from anyone, and thankfully you helped me realize that in the end. Then had I not gone and thrown all your things out... That's right. You both would have gotten some money from me. That really sucks for you, doesn't it? Like salt in your freshly cut wound. No way. Oh, what the hell have I done? Hey, please. My eyes have been opened now as well. I totally understand where things went wrong. So, could you please think about giving us the money you planned on handing over before? No way. My eyes have been opened to the fact that you both don't deserve anything from me. I won't even bother to send you €1. That's how I feel about the two of you now. I'm sorry, but I have a ski trip to get going to now. Please, I promise to work from now on. I'll do literally anything to make the money you give us back for you. I'll get myself a part-time job even if that helps. What? That's a bit strange of you, Mary. I thought you told me that working part-time was something only high schoolers were allowed to do. After that, Mary, who had just been kicked out of that high-rise apartment I used to rent, had to start working at a canning factory part-time, while living at a very run-down and dirty old apartment next to said factory. The factory canned things like seafood, so not only did she have to smell fish all the time at work, but after work as well, since the smell had permeated all throughout her small apartment. The work she does is very tough, as she's on the night shift and is the only person working on her line, which means she has nobody else to ask for help from and is forced to learn how to support herself again. I'm sure that's all really difficult for her to deal with now, since she came from such a wealthy family, but I'm sure even that family knew how to support themselves, and she just so happened to never learn that from them. As for Nolan, things didn't end as well for him, as soon after the scammer group found him and beat the living hell out of him for stealing. The police showed up and arrested the whole group. The leader of said group told the police Nolan was working for them as well, and so all of them ended up going to prison for a little while, as the group has scammed people out of over $300 million. At first, Nolan had to be taken to the hospital and stayed there for about 3 months due to all the injuries he sustained from being beaten up by the group. From the reports that were made, he suffered things like a fractured skull, a broken nose, lost teeth, ruptured spleen, ruptured kidney, broken ribs, and fingers. That group must have been really upset with him for joining their group for a day and stealing $8,000 from them. But after his time in the hospital was over and he was sort of able to walk again on his own, he was booked right into prison so he could join the rest of his friends. After about a year or so, though, the police realized that he hadn't worked with them for very long at all, and so he was released, although he had to keep the fact that he was in prison on his permanent record. He then ended up doing pretty much the same thing as his mother was doing, working in a smelly factory that cleaned and packed raw chicken. He's living in a share house with some other ex-convicts as well, and has started to work on paying off all the debt he ended up in after divorcing me and going to prison. I hope this new life for him will help him realize how spoiled he was in the life he had under my protection, and that he shouldn't have let his tiny little pride get in the way of all that. As for myself and my trip in Europe, it had been a very long one, but I ended up finally coming back home and getting back to work within my company's office. I didn't think that I would be away for close to a year like that, but like I told the COO and the rest of my company, I had a lot of stress from the life I had lived with Mary and Nolan and really needed all the time I could get to get rid of it. Things like swimming in the Mediterranean and skiing in the Alps really helped me start to forget those two. And enjoying the foods of Italy, France, Germany, and Sweden were just what I needed to recharge my soul. I was even able to find a new man out there while visiting the UK. But for the time being, we'll keep things relaxed and see how this long-distance relationship goes, because I really did need to get back to my company in the office. I no longer have to worry about two parasites being in my home anymore, so I've had all the time and mental space in the world to put towards work. And that has led my company to grow far more than before and bring in even more money. Hopefully, a few more years as the CEO of this company helps it expand to points most companies have never been before in such a short span of time. And then once I've made enough money, I can resign and move out to Europe for good, and hopefully I'll still be with my new man in the UK. I really am so happy Mary and Nolan chose to kick me out of my apartment back then, because it really did help me seal the deal of leaving them both behind. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.